Together, we're Patio Night Live.
Together, we were Patio Night Live. Apart, we were either patio or live.
Yeah, no.
But never
no
Patio
night.
Night Live apart.
Yeah.
Together, Patio Night Live.
Yeah.
It's good.
That's pretty much how it goes.
Who would be patio and who would be live? I feel like I might be patio.
Well,
I'm more patio.
I was
I'm like an old Southern lady at heart, you know, rocking on the patio, and you're live.
I know, but I was
Live.
like, I did feel like the patio. You know, it was like my patio where we went to do.
Was.
So a little history about Patio
Yeah.
Night Live for Caleb
History.
in the back who doesn't know.
We don't need a mic, Caleb. We don't need a mic.
No, we talked
Do you
from here, but
like this? Should we do the rest of the night?
like this.
That looks like a good drink. Mai Tais, fuck
Oh,
yeah, dude.
Cut water. You're gonna be.
That's like the way you say you're kind of gay, but not all the way there. You're testing the waters. You're like, do I like buttholes? Maybe.
Just a little cut water of it. Woo.
Is that the move they say? I'm gonna cut water that ass.
Oh yes. I had a cut water and went to Thunder River Theater once and fell asleep.
Oh, nice.
True story.
There's so much booze in it. They put you to sleep.
I did. It was a play, and I fell asleep because I was in the back row, and I'd already had a drink with dinner, and they're like 2 cocktails in one can.
Hell yeah.
No bullshit. She's like,
yeah.
you're here. Okay, so
There's
you're
a
like,
little
what's
history.
this Patio Night Live?
There's a history.
How many of you have seen us before? Make some noise.
Oh, nice. Thank you, sir.
Any first timers?
First timers, yes.
Yeah.
We're about
All right.
to cut water you.
So,
Just kidding.
so back in the dark ages of 2020,
2020.
when it was the evil pandemic, I was what was I called?
But you were an essential worker, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got
was
your
like-
back. I
I
got
was
your
like-
back. She's
I
got
was
a
like
tramp
first on the
stamp.
scene.
Show him your tramp stamp that says it's essential worker. It says essential
Essential.
worker right there.
Essential.
I guarantee that exists somewhere. We gotta find that person.
I was an essential worker, saving the world 1/8 at a time,
Yep, selling
managing a
weed.
dispensary.
Selling weed.
I was essential. And then
It
this
was.
guy was working at a bar and couldn't work. So he was like
Out of work.
riding his bike around Aspen, having a good time. And he shouted up to me with my rubber gloves on as I was weighing out the eighths. And he was like, hey, do you want to do comedy? And I was like, I'm stressed out weighing out weed. And
We
he had
did comedy.
We did comedy.
In the nightclub that was shut down that I
Yes.
worked at, that's where we went. It was empty and large, and we streamed there. It was a nightclub there in Aspen. Anybody remember a place called Bootsy Bellows? Yeah, I see you guys shaking your heads. That's
They're
awesome.
like, oh,
You know, it was like
yeah.
ground zero for COVID in the
Right.
whole of Pickens County. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
So we did comedy there for our moms, basically live streaming.
Yep.
You know, that was it. That was
And then like 2 months, we did that, and then the weather got nice, and we went to my patio where there just happened to be a courtyard of
Yeah.
people living there, and I
People
could
showed
reach
up.
them, I could not touch them, and be like, "There's going to be a comedy show here tonight." And so
There was
people
like 40
brought,
fucking people that showed up, which was
Yeah.
a lot in 2020. You're like,
Yeah, they
we're
brought
fucking
out-
breaking the law big time right now. Somebody set up a fucking little like bar, serve yourself bar. Like, okay, liquor violation. We got whatever this fucking is. It's like,
I know.
But then like a bunch of people watched us on the stream. Like 1,200 fucking people watching
Yeah,
us or
so
something.
people were watching us. We were violating hanging out with more than 5 people at once.
But they couldn't see
There
that
were
on
camp
the camera,
chairs
thank
involved.
God.
It was a good time, and then everybody
we're-
forgot about germs. We blow snot into our hands. Now we're like, lick a microphone, and so we tour the Roaring Fork Valley up and down. Up and down. Sometimes we take rafta. We're like
Yeah.
shows between Aspen and Glenwood. We're gonna be
VIP.
in Newcastle in February. It's exciting.
VIP.
So that's where Patio Night Live came from. Here we are.
Here we are now. That's how we got here.
Taking
That's it. That's it.
Highway
dude.
82
And
by
now-
storm. Woo!
And now we're bringing new comedians, old comedians, and us to the stage here in Carbondale and everywhere else. And I mean, do you think it's time? Should
I
we
think
get this
maybe
dude
it's-
out?
I do think it's time.
I feel like that's a good segue to this fine young gentleman.
Yeah,
that we
well,
have.
I do want to thank
Oh, that's
Ralph
Ralph?
and Steve Standiford for
Steve
having us
and
here.
Ralph. Yes, let's give him a big
Here.
round of applause.
Yeah.
His name is Ralph. Anyways,
Wreck-It Ralph.
He's never heard that.
Never, not
This
once.
is his first time. He's shaking his head. He's like, fuck that. He knows I love him. Yeah.
But yeah, do
Dude,
it.
let's like, yeah. And
We'll get the show going.
I'm so stoked for this individual to be here with us tonight. He just jumped in the scene not long ago, and this guy is a ball of fire. He's producing shows down in Newcastle. He created his own production company called Down Valley Trash. Yes, and he is packing the house at the Down Valley Brewery there in Newcastle, and he's bringing comedians that are like actually touring. This guy's awesome, and he's getting into comedy, and he crushes, and he's here tonight. So let's put our hands together for Tate Jordan.
Woo!
Where is he? Tate Jordan, is he back there? Is he back there? Get on out of here, Tate.
Carbondale, how we feeling tonight? So I'd like to warm up the room. If you can hear me, clap once. All right, and on the count of 3, I want you to give me the loudest boo you can think of. 1, 2, 3. Boo! Joke's on you. I have a humiliation kink, so thank you for that. A little bit about me. I do pest control during the day and stand up at night, which means the only time I'm not killing is when I have a microphone in my hand. I'm turning 30 this year. My knees are turning 50. And I can proudly say that I am 19 days sober. Don't clap for that. Don't cheer for that. Nobody ever quits drinking because your life is going really fucking great. Like, nobody hits like 750 credit score, and they're like, you know what? No more tequila for me. No. Living in this valley has been really great. I've been here for about 7 years, and one thing that's kind of strange about the valley, especially being a lazy guy, when you go on dates with girls in this valley, they want to like go hike Mount Sopris or raft the river all in the same day. And to be honest, the rubber raft was not the rubber I thought I needed for this date. I'm not happy. Does anybody else have intrusive thoughts when you're driving on 82? It could be something simple as, I really hope a rock doesn't hit my windshield. I hope it hits that person's windshield. Or other intrusive thoughts are, I really hope the stoplight turns red on the car behind me. See, my intrusive thoughts are a little bit different. My thoughts kind of go like this. Should I drive in the river? Or should I hit this minivan that says soccer mom on the back? I think I'll do both. No, living in this valley is really interesting, but the one thing that I can still not get a grasp on is what's higher in this valley, the rent or the people? Like, my landlord doesn't even tell me about rent increases anymore. He just texts me the word inflation. You tell me, sir. You kind of look like my landlord a little bit. Yeah. Pest control is weird, man. You learn a lot of interesting facts about wildlife doing what I do. Miss with the really cool hat. Did you know that a raccoon's orgasm lasts 12 minutes? Holy shit. Yeah. Well, the one I fucked did. I'm not happy. Yeah, I'm in therapy now, and it's been very nice. And I think this is the one. This is the one therapist that is not going to kill themselves after my next session. All right, I'll scratch that joke. I will have to run that one by him next time. But yeah, being in the valley's cool. I am originally from the Midwest. Being from the Midwest is kind of like bad sex. You don't brag about it. You definitely don't tell your new friends about it. And somehow you keep going back and pretend this time it's not going to be that terrible. I'm not happy. So I do have a solution for the Catholic Church to get more membership. Obviously, don't touch kids. That's rule number 1. But hear me out. Breast implants on nuns. If you put some D's on Sister Mary Louise, I'm going to be on my knees. Witness the titness. You like that one, Beth? Forget John 3:16. Give me Joanna 36D. So I'm generally not a comic that does any sort of political jokes. However, I've had a couple things that have been running through my mind recently. It can't just be me who thinks this, but does anybody else think that whenever Trump does his dance, it looks like he's jerking 2 guys off? Yeah, okay, I'm glad that's not just me. Yeah. No, but it's really, really bad what's going on in the country as of now, and I think it's time for us to abolish ICE. But instead, because I'm not a good person, I have a fun idea instead. We should have sex offenders fight illegals, and we could broadcast it live. Put it on Fox News, and whoever wins gets their crime expunged. And we could call it Alien versus Predator. So I think of terrible things before I go to bed. And one of the things I've been thinking about recently is things people say right before death. So one thing you can say before death is, "Oh shit, man, I shouldn't have worn Crocs." Second thing you can say is there nuts in this? Third thing you can say before death, "You're right, honey, your sister is hotter than you." And the fourth thing you can say before death, Babe, pull out your phone, start recording. I'm gonna run over this ICE agent. Yeah, that one didn't do great last night either. But I'm gonna keep it. I'm not happy. Sir, what's your favorite kind of cookie? Mm-hmm. Oh, God. So do you also just hate joy? Like, something else that I have found out to do is, do you want to know how to make cookies without using a timer? Yeah, it's really simple. You take the cookies and you lay it out on the dashboard of your car in the middle of summer. You roll up your windows and you get out of the car and you wait and you wait and you wait some more. You know the cookies are done when the dog stops whining and the baby stops screaming. I know, I can tell that you're not enjoying my set, sir. There's a little smile. He gave me a pity smile, just like every girlfriend I've ever had. No, but being in therapy has been nice because it's helping me put in the work, and it's helping me realize that I have a lot of traits from my father that I didn't initially realize. Besides inheriting the sinuses of a pug, and I mean, let's be honest, I'm a grower, not a shower. I did realize I inherited his ability to project on other people. And there's not really a joke there. I just feel like I feel like my therapist said that I should tell somebody that. But I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. I was too fat to kidnap when I was younger. Yeah. I was walking down the neighborhood. I was about 7 or 8, and this car rolled by. This is a true story. They rolled by, and they're like, "Hey, kid, I've lost my cat. Can you help me?" Nah, on to the next one. That hurts. That really hurts. Like, you're either too fat or too ugly to get kidnapped. That's pretty much it for that. But yeah, seeing Miller and Beth doing Patio Night Live last May was really great. Beth crushed it. Miller did all right. And like, I'm seeing them do the Patio Night Live, and I'm so hammered, and I'm like, oh, I could do that. Well, the problem is my very first set was up in Aspen, and I bombed so hard I almost converted to Islam. Now hold on. Only for the 72 virgins. However, we live in the Roaring Fork Valley, so it's just 72 guys saying, "Hey, you want to play disc golf?" No, I don't want to play disc golf, and your rescue dog's weird, man. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I appreciate you.
Tate, is this your drink?
What?
Is this yours?
Oh, yeah.
Do you want it?
Get your beer, dude.
It's a soda water. All right. Get your soda water. I got so Midwestern just then. Where in the Midwest are you from? Ohio. I'm from Indiana, but I'm from the north, so I'm outside of Chicago, so we honk. And I'm putting a little bit of Wisconsin and Minnesota in there. Sorry. Tate Jordan, everybody, put your hands together. Apparently, she had something to say. We're gonna keep her under wraps for just another 15 or so. Okay, next on stage. God bless. Watch out for this, because your hog's gonna be ready to talk. I just love referring to a man's unit as a hog. I think it's one of the funnier things to say, riding a hog into the sunset, hog. Okay, so apparently I'm in a kooky mood. Next comic coming to the stage. He co-founded this whole magical Patio Night Live with me. He's so funny. He's a founding member of Consensual Improv. He's a founding member of Patio Night Live. Please put your hands together for Mr. Miller Ford.
Guys, give it up for Tate Jordan. Who was that? It's the guy that was up here before. Dude, guys, please one more time for Ralph. I really do love Ralph. Ralph! If this hog could talk. No. Did you say I had an all right set? I bombed too. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I can't remember that joke. Guys, who's got beverages? Everybody got a bev? Put your bevs up if you got bev. Who wants more bev? Let's see. Who wants a Jimmy? Oh, Jim, that hand went up fast. Jimmy, butt up. Let's see. Who's next? Who wants some tequila? This is why I love Steve's guitars, guys. Give it up for Steve's guitars, where the comedian can throw booze off the stage. Did you? He's paper rock scissors. No, I'm kidding. Here you go. Age before beauty, my friend. You're a very beautiful man, and I love your beard. But I do have some Jägermeister for you, my friend. Who's a sorority girl? You're the sorority girl. You're my pretty tried out. No, I'm kidding. No, Jaeger? Anybody? Everybody's like, fuck this. Oh, yeah, of course you want it, cutthroat. Whatever. Cutthroat action. Here you go, brother. Boom! Okay, careful, that one's glass. That one's glass. Don't put an eye out. And, did you work today, buddy?
Yeah.
Where you work?
Sunlight.
What? Sunlight? Fuck yeah, give this man a round of applause. Fuck yeah, you're my favorite person. What do you do up there? Hell, fuck yeah, dude. He's saving fucking... Dude, the people that you probably have to help is like... Let's just go there for a second. Like, what is the weird... What's like the most redneck person you've ever rolled up on? No, tell me, dude. No. What accent is that? Is that every accent rolled into one? Thank you very much. Is that the guy from Taxi? Is it, thank you very much. Latka? Is that Latka? You saved Latka from fucking... Dude, this guy went back to 1977 and saved Latka from Taxi. Holy fuck. Danny DeVito was standing right next to him. I love you, dude. What's your name? Caleb. Caleb? Half heart, whole heart. I don't know what... Did you give me a C with your hand? My name's Caleb. Spelled with a C. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, man. Right before I came out, like when we were hanging out in the green room, right in the green room. What knew what? When we were doing all the drugs? Oh, yeah, how Ralph is heckling me. Shut the fuck up, Ralph. Yeah, I do. Is that the new come out drink? That's like, that should be the commercial. A guy walking out of the closet with a cutthroat. I like the Mai Tai. I work ski patrol at Sunlight. And then he's skiing towards you, you know, that's the commercial. That's the commercial, dude. No, but right before I came out, we were hanging out in the green room, and Tate looked at me, and I was really not expecting this. He looked right at me, and he goes, "Has anybody ever told you look like Matthew McConaughey?" And I was like, "With Down syndrome?" And I was like, "Fuck you, Tate, dude. I do look like that, man. What the fuck? You don't have to rub it in." And then he was like, "No, but you really do look like a guy who rides his skateboard to AA meetings." And you know that's not fucking true, dude. I rollerblade to those. Come the fuck on, dude. It's easier to rollerblade in the snow. Anybody else fruit boot? You're a fruit booter, dude. You know you got fruit boots in the closet. Take them out and bring them out. Let's talk a lot about it. Oh, you're pointing at her? She's a fruit booter? Fruit booter from the 90s. What's up, dude? Nah, I'm getting older. I'm turning 45 this year. And you guys know what that means. Colonoscopy time, guys. Somebody's gonna lube my anus up and stick shit in it, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. And I don't know why. No, I do know why. I'm a fucking hypochondriac, and every day for the last year, I'm like, I have some type of kid. No, I was looking forward to just getting that out of the way. But I'm at a weird age. 44 is a weird age. I'm at that age where I have to put on readers to watch porn on my phone. Like, what the fuck, dude? You know what I'm talking about, dude. You're like, I gotta do that too. You gotta X videos. Like, you gotta get in there, dude. Weird. That's a good one. You check it out. Anyways, heads up. That's a life hack. That's a life hack I just gave you guys on stage. Get off the X videos, dude. Killer. You know, with the porn though, I'm always like, I liked my porn on VHS because it's like fast forward, you know, pause, play, whatever. The porn nowadays, there's too much on the screen. Like, why is there a share button? Caleb? Why is there a share button? I know you're sharing porn to your fucking ski patrol friends. And Sunlight, they got a porn thread, you know? Why is there a share button? But I've actually just been sharing it to old coworkers from a Hotmail address, you know? Like, yeah. I hope Deborah opens it up at her desk. She was a bitch. Yeah. And, also, why is there a comment section on porn sites? Like, anybody just finishing off like 5 stars. Great tits, whatever, you know, whatever. Huge dick. We love it. I need a colonoscopy. It's a different story. Oh, man. I just ripped on that. Where did that come from? No, I'm a little bit about me. I'm originally from Alabama. Any other Southerners in here? Good. I like that no one. Sometimes there's always a really overexcited. Me, I'm from the South. No, I'm from Alabama. It's weird telling people you're from Alabama. It's kind of like telling people you eat mayonnaise out of the jar. It is, Caleb. It's like that. Because they look at you like, I wish you didn't tell me that, dude. Because I wanted to hang out with you, but now I'm never going to hang out with you ever fucking again. But there is a fucking follow-up question every blue moon that, like, blows my mind when I tell people I'm from Alabama. Like, every now and then somebody will look me dead in the eye and go, how did you get here? What the fuck? What do you fucking want me to tell you? I dug a hole under the state line and ran for it? Like, what the fuck? How did I get here? It's a union. We live in a union. There's no fucking border patrol. ICE isn't coming for me for Alabama. Could you imagine that if ICE came for Southerners? Be a dark day in hell. You coming for me? Take me back down south. Fuck that. That'd be awesome, dude. It'd be fun. There'd be full-on war. Anyways. No, they'll look at me in my eye and say, how did you get here? And what I think they really want is some kind of war-torn antebellum story where I stole away in the middle of the night with nothing but what I could carry on my back. And I trudged my way through the Louisiana swamps. And then I finally made my way up to the Kansas flats where the winds almost blew me away. And then I finally got to Denver to a place called Colfax, where they made me do terrible things. $5 after the show. That's my merch. Fellatio is my merch. Very rare merch item for $5. See me at the show. Then I finally got here to Carbondale 3 years later with nothing left but my life. No, Karen, I got onto the Eisenhower Interstate. So someone drove here. Get the fuck out of here. It's a weird question. But, you know, whenever I tell people I'm from Alabama, they kind of look at me like I'm about to bust out in some kind of racist Tourette's. That's what Ralph does after the show. We know that. Got your back, Ralph, fucker. No, guys. No, speaking of racist, I like that segue. It doesn't necessarily make sense yet, but we'll see. Guys, I've heard this. And I'll just go ahead and blame a group. I feel like the right wing, I hear them say a lot, like things like, the Mexicans are going to take our jobs. The Mexicans are going to, I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. And then I hear, the left wing, they're saying things like, AI, that's how they talk, sorry. But AI is going to take our jobs. The right wing saying the Mexicans are going to take their jobs. The left wing saying AI is going to take their jobs. I'm just looking forward to Mexican AI. Yeah, or should I say Mexican AI? Sorry, that's my favorite joke, and I'm going to keep doing it because, wow, what a play on words, huh? What a play on words. You get it, dude. Caleb, love you, dude. We're going to say hasta la vista to your jobs, putos. No, that's what I Hey, this is a joke I heard. This is joke theft, and I'm going to tell it right now. Just right off the top, I stole this joke from my friend Diego. Yes. We know Diego. Why did the Mexican cross the road? Because he took the chicken's job. No. If that's not the best joke ever written, I don't know what is, because it's all there. Everything's there. Slight racism. No, just kidding. Guys, but we do live in the best country in the world, I think. I believe that. I believe America's number one. The only thing I'm disappointed in us as a society about is the fact that we are not talking about the toilet paper scare of 2020 enough. Do we remember that? Do we just fucking sweep that under the rug? Where is it? Where is the toilet paper scare of 2020? We were knocking each other the fuck out for Charmin. Goddamn, dude. And that shows you that we are number one. We have the softest toilet paper in the world, okay? There's no other country that has softer, Caleb, you know this. There is no other country that has softer toilet paper. I mean, you could go to Sweden, Costa Rica, Honduras. They're wiping their ass with like fucking paper towels, dude, okay? But let me just go ahead and say, we are number one in toilet paper only because these other countries have figured something out that we're not doing. And it took me 44 years to try out one of these fucking things. It's called a bidet. Anybody else? Round of applause. Who's had a bidet up their ass? No, sir, no, round. You never tried one, dude. Let me tell you. When I tried mine the first time, I finally knew what Seal was talking about when he said, kiss from a rose, dude. Boom! boom, right up there. It's Kiss from a Rose from the Grass. Ah, dude, it's so clean. It's so clean, dude. The thing is that people don't know is that you do an initial wipe. I didn't know that. Caleb, did you know that? Caleb, did you know that you initially wipe a little so you get the most of it and then you shoot the water up your ass? See, motherfucker, that's why you gotta listen, dude. Quit fucking talking. I'm just kidding. You fucking motherfucker. It's called a comedy show. I do love you, Caleb. I do love you. Kiss from a Rose. What a fucking song that was. That was in the Batman soundtrack, little known fact. Guys, you know, but I love living in Colorado. It's a live and let live state. You know, we look out for each other here, you know. But the one thing that I find funny is that, like, as much as we look out for each other, I've heard no one in Colorado or no one anywhere really stand up for the most ridiculed minority in the world. The most ridiculed minority in the world. I've heard no one standing up for them. No one is standing up for the redheads. No one's standing up for... Nobody's out there standing up for the redheads. You know what I mean, dude? You can still say shit about redheads that you can't say about anybody else. People are still out there saying, beat them like a redheaded stepchild. What the fuck? And so I was thinking about it, Caleb. I was like, dude, why? Why is no one taking up for the redheads, dude? And I think I figured it out. It's because they're fucking creepy. That's why. Yeah, she shook her head yes. She knows that. Now, look. Oh, God. That's the best thing I've ever heard. I want every pussy to be called a clown pussy. That's from now on. I could just see it, a little pussy with like a red nose and like a crazy wig. Anyways, why am I talking about that? I just see it right now. Guys, but seriously, look, I'm not up here as a redheaded bigot, okay? I have a redheaded friend, all right? Not up here as a redhead. But case in point, they're creepy, all right? We could all, as a group, walk out onto Carbondale Main Street, and if we saw any large group of minorities, which would never happen in Carbondale, but let's pretend, okay? We saw any large group of minorities, we wouldn't even bat an eye. We wouldn't even care. But guys, if we all walked out on the Main Street, Carbondale, right now, and we saw 7 redheads walking together, we'd be like, what the fuck is happening right now? Are they taking over? Is this the fucking Twilight Zone, Caleb? Is there direct flight from Scotland? I don't know. You tell us, clown pussy. Just kidding. God damn it. That is, my mom would slap the shit out of me if she heard me say that. Is that 14? Oh, dude. Anybody here on edibles? Anybody? I'll give you a minute to raise your hand. I know it fucking takes a second. I'm on edibles. Caleb, you're good. You can't do edibles. Huh? That's where I got those boots. They had a little dog running around. And they're all high chasing it. And I was like, what the fuck? No. Here's the question. You ever take a bite out of an edible, throw the other half on the ground, hoping a critter has the best day of their life? Maybe like a fox has a euphoric afternoon. Maybe a squirrel finally takes the day off. Maybe a couple of ants drag it back to the mound and wonder who the fuck they've been working for. Have you even seen the Queen, Jerry? Nobody sees the Queen dying. Nobody. All right, guys, hey, I don't know if you guys can tell by looking at me, but I've made some huge mistakes in my life. Anybody else? Any other huge mistakes? Caleb, what was your big mistake? That's awesome. That's a good answer to plead the fifth on that fucking one every time, dude. You're very affable. I like you, man. Everybody, let's go get Hurt at Sunlight, you know, so he can fucking, Caleb can roll up and help us out, dude. That'd be sick. Guys, no, but seriously, I can't tell I've made some huge mistakes in my life. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, but I've been arrested a lot. And by a lot, I mean 2, 3, 9 times. Anybody got me beat? Good. Just didn't think in a room full of white people. Anyways, I would be beat in that one. No, but I will say I can't get off stage without telling you my last arrest, which I like to call my apex arrest, because it was the arrest that ended all other arrests. I haven't been arrested since this one. Because, you know, luckily I don't remember this too well, but luckily the Aspen Times did, and then the Associated Press really got their hands on it. And then it went viral. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. But, you know, I love this article. It was written back in, like, 2015? October 2015. This is a wonderful article about me, though. It shows some character attributes I just want to share with you. It's my arrest article, you know. And the headline reads, "Man says, of course it's cocaine up my nose, it's Aspen." Oops. I don't know. Yeah, I think I remember saying that. But let's jump into some of these like little bit of highlights in this article. Here's what. The police were made aware of Ford's presence when they heard the loud chopping noise of a credit card on a park bench. I don't know where you guys are doing your cocaine, but I'm doing it outside like God intended, like a real Coloradan, you know? Not in a dirty bathroom stall, unless you're holding. Then, okay, no, but no. No, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. When the police shined the flashlight up Ford's nose and asked if the white powdery substance was cocaine, Ford replied, "Of course it's cocaine up my nose. It's Aspen." Oops. You know, did I know that this was gonna go viral? No, but I did not think I was going to say that first. I had another one in the chamber. I had what I thought was a funnier line. Which I thought was a funnier line was, "No, I've been baking cakes," which is pretty funny. I guess you guys didn't think it was that funny. But like, I like to think that the big man upstairs was like, "That's not fucking funny enough. Say this shit." So it can get picked up by the Associated Press. And then it can go viral. And then Howard Stern could talk about you. Then every single person you've ever known in your life could read the article about you. And then your friends from Holland could get in touch with you and be like, "I read an article about you doing cocaine." And then your friend from Sydney could call you and say, "I read an article about you doing cocaine." And then everybody you've ever known checks in on you. Yeah, that's why God named it. That was a much funnier line. Of course it's cocaine up my nose. It's Aspen. Because rich people and cocaine pair well together. We know this, and that's why it was funny. But look, guys, I like to call this article not only the beginning of my comedy career, but I also call it my retirement article because I quit doing drugs and alcohol after this article was written. Yeah. Oh, no. Please cheer for yourselves for being able to drink like normal motherfuckers, okay? Like, get the fuck out of here. And if you don't stop doing drugs and alcohol after they write an article about that, dude, the Betty Ford Clinic ain't gonna fucking help you, dude. Right, Caleb? Caleb, am I right? Am I fucking right, Caleb? Give it up for Caleb. All right, dude. My name's Miller Ford. Thank you so much, guys. Dude, that was fun. We're having fun, right? We're having fun. Heck yeah, dude. Well, we're going to keep having fun because we got my co-founder of this wonderful Patio Night Live, my comedy cohort in arms. She is a fucking rock steady partner, and she's here to rock your socks off. She's also got an article that comes out bi-weekly in the Aspen Daily News. Always check that out. It's always funny and informative and awesome. So let's just go ahead and put our hands together for Beth Brandon, guys. Fuck yeah.
Thank you so much, Miller Ford. All right, I was like back down here. Oh no, that's just for you. Okay, thanks for having me here tonight, guys. You guys been watching football? Yes. Has this been like one of the best seasons ever to be watching football? We got the YouTube NFL package, so we like footballed out at our house. I'm watching 5 to 6 games a weekend, which has been really exciting. I'm a Bears fan. I'm a Broncos fan. I watched it last weekend. I was like, I am not prepared for overtime. I can't handle this. But you know what else I've noticed? And I'll actually just start by saying, I mean, I know you all think I'm like 25, but I am a woman of a certain age. I'm in my mid-40s. If you couldn't tell, I know I look fabulous. So like, it did dawn on me a couple years ago, but like really right now, like some of these NFL guys like could be my child. If had I chosen a couple different avenues, right? Okay, so there's that. And I've been watching all this football, and I'm seeing all these fucking names. Like, I love football, and like, we're not gonna talk about football right now, but like, Drake, Baker, Gardner, Colston, Tate. No, that's you. What's the other one? Dalton. Like, what is this, a porno? Like, what the fuck? Like, what I would do for Chad in that mix. Colston? Yeah, I mean, you know, and who I blame, who do I blame for this? Women my age. My age, there's like a 10-year radius of that, you know? Because they were all getting Us Weekly just like I was, and they're all like stars. They're just like us. Like, I have to name a kid Apple or Dalton or, you know, this is not, I know, Dalton, right? What is this, Roadhouse? What is that, your AKC name? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Colston? Colston? That was just something I picked up in all the football watching. And then, you know, I mean, it'd be a bonus if we could, he was obviously destined for football, but we're not gonna have him for the ASC championship. We're gonna have Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett, that's right, he went to Jared. No. Jared wasn't good enough, was it? Jarrett. Oh, thanks for your feedback, Kirk. Like, we're all like, oh, is it Kurt or Kirk? Like, Jarrett? 2 R's, 2 T's? Like, what the fuck was your mom thinking? Just name him Jared! Jesus Christ! Okay, so maybe it was more funny for me, but... Jarrett. Colston. You know, I'm like, oh, Colston. Little Colston. Okay, so that one wasn't that good. I guess I can maybe toss that one out. So I do live in Aspen. I've lived there for about 25 years now. Wow. I lived in Carbondale first, over on Sopers Avenue. Lived with my uncle, and you know what this time of year brings to Aspen, and it started about a month ago, was the stray cat population has gone up, right? And it's not just because, it's not the stray cats that come inside because it's cold. It's, you know, kind of like the ski patrollers. It's men. A lot of pent-up testosterone. You know, they tend to shine in small spaces like the gondola. Have a hard time controlling the volume of their voice. Those guys, we all have that friend, right? Those stray cats. And now, I mean, I'm sure there's fewer stray cats in Aspen than there are in, say, Carbondale, probably Carbondale to Silt, right? More stray cats. Caleb knows. I love how I named you Caleb, and that's it. Caleb forever. I don't tell me your real name, because I want to get hurt and get carted away by Caleb. But yeah, the stray cats are going crazy in Aspen right now, and I married this great guy. He's a real guy's guy. You know, like, guys want to go to sleepaway camp with him. They're like, ooh, you know, like, can I play disc golf with you? You know? And I'm like, he doesn't play anymore. He's not allowed to play disc golf anymore. But the stray cats are still all over him. They can smell him from like a block away. And we love to see, my husband and I love to ski every day. We walk to the gondola. And just the other day we got there and there was no line in sight. We got on, it was like a perfect morning, quiet. I mean, I want to ride the gondola alone with my husband so we don't say a fucking word to one another. We're gonna read the papers, then we're gonna exchange the papers on the next ride. That's what's so beautiful about it. And then out of the clear blue sky, as the doors were about to shut, this guy pops in and he's like, dude, I can't believe we got our own car. And I was like, me either. That's what I said there, young man. So this random stray cat enters our gondola car and then like proceeds to just chirp the whole way up about a surf comp all the way across the world that he's got to show us on YouTube, and I'm just like paper up. And I look at my husband, I'm like, what'd you do, put tuna fish in your pockets? Jesus Christ. His milkshake brings all of those boys to the yard. It's tough. And as I mentioned, being a certain age, anybody here over 40? No. Not Caleb. We know he's a Sprite. But you know what happens over 40? Going to concerts is a little harder. It's a little bit harder. Going to the Belly Up, harder. I went to my first show at Taka over the holidays. Awesome. Had no idea how many wooks I was going to see. What? Yeah. My husband and I were like, where have all these wooks been hiding? At Taka. They're not coming up to Aspen that much anymore. But Belly Up still's got the wooks because we actually saw Humphreys McGee like a year ago. I know. Don't hold it against me. Not an Humphreys fan. Yeah, right. Oh, the fucking Humphreys. So my husband's college friends live on the Front Range. It's husband and wife. They're like, oh, we're leaving the kids with our parents for the weekend. We want to come up and see Humphreys. And I was like, I am a fan of live music. I'm not like dead, so yeah, I'll go. I'm fun, Beth. In fact, I used to be hot Beth. You know, I used to go to shows and wear. Right? I used to go to shows and wear backless shirts, and now this tie-dye sweater is about what you're going to get out of me for an evening out. Woo! Getting kind of hot in here. Because I'm wearing an undershirt. So we go to Humphreys, and I just decided to, like, not eat drugs. Because I was like, that's just not my whatever. So I was like, I'm just going to have a gummy and drink, and I'll be fine. And my husband decides to go down to college memory lane with his friend, and he like eats all the drugs. But you know, back to stray cats. If you want to see a stray cat convention, go to an Humphreys McGee show. Pretty much hang outside the Belly Up anytime there's a jam band, and it's like van cats aplenty. Like the Belly Up pulls out all the stops. You know, they've got ladles of milk everywhere. There's a little catnip once you get close. It's pretty crazy. And I mean, you know, then they put on a loudspeaker because they've got the Crystal in Aspen. Oh, I forgot to bring my prop with me. And they just ding any glass, and they're like, ding, 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 and it's fancy feast. Like, it's wild. And the van cats, which is what they are when they're going to shows at the Belly Up, you know, they're driving $250,000 vans that they travel around in and work remote. They're so poor. They're really slumming it, the van cats. So anyway, that was a whole experience. We get there, and I'm just like, okay, I'm dancing. I've got a little buzz going, and this is fun. And it was as not fun as any concert could be. I was having a mild panic attack about, like, I got to get out of here. I'm drinking a tall boy. I thought I was going to ration it, and they had only played 3 songs, and I was finished. I was like, oh, my God. Like, I'm the only person who enjoyed the Fish, like, album edit. I'm like, and 3 minutes, 30 seconds, we're done. You know? But this jam band, you know, one guy's playing a Wordle while the other soloist picks up, and then he's making a ham sandwich. It's like, this is too much. So after about 65 minutes of fun, I look at my husband, and I'm like, listen, I'm getting kind of antsy. I think I got to get out of here. I'm going to go home, so you have fun. And he looks at me, and he's like, please don't leave me. I mean, I'm like, I am your ride or die, but like, whew. I know, it's like till death or Humphreys McGee does us part. Like, woo, I gotta get out of here, friend. But yeah, it's the concerts over 40 have really changed. You know, like I said, I used to like have double-sided tape and not wear a bra and wear heels, and now I'm like wearing these running shoes, and like I tie a sweatshirt around my waist because can't be bothered with coat check, and I got a fanny pack. Right? Fanny pack. In it, I carry like Tylenol because you don't want to drink with ibuprofen. Eye drops, maybe a safety pin, maybe an extra gummy. You know, so I didn't have children so that I could be there for you in the bathroom. Because they don't have those attendants, but you know, maybe I'll put hairspray in there for next time. That's the kind of girl I am. Concerts over 40. I just went to LCD Sound System. Did anybody go to that show? No? It was really fun, but somebody stood in front of me with a cowboy hat on. Have you heard of LCD sound system? Yeah, well, it doesn't require a cowboy hat. It's like punk, kind of alternative dance. Yeah, it's definitely.
Just came from Kimosabe.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man. Whew, yeah. And his wife was carrying a clutch. I'm like, you know how I know you're not really psyched to be here? You're carrying a fucking clutch! No. At least put it around there. Okay. Yeah. You guys, where am I with time? Is he gonna light me? I'm okay. You know, I miss the judgment of the pandemic. Speaking of the pandemic, does anybody like miss it a little bit? Because I mean, I get it. Like masks didn't do anything, and here we are. But that clown pussy wants to keep talking. But I feel like I miss the judgment because, like, if somebody wore a mask so severely incorrect, I knew everything I needed to know about them, right? Like, my husband and I had a pastime, we called them dick outs. Oh, yeah, another dick out, there he is. And I was saving the world 1/8 at a time, managing the dispensary, you know? And like a dick out would come in, and it's always a guy who's just like really, really confident, like too much so, right? And it's like, you want to go out with my girlfriend? Oh, listen, I know all I need to know about you from how you're a dick out. You know, I take one look at that and I think, selfish lover. I know what your toilet looks like. He hadn't cleaned that in a couple months. Definitely a good petri dish happening there, you know? And God forbid you should go home with him. Your leg is gonna touch a raw mattress by 2 a.m. Ah! That ever happened to you in college? You're like, raw mattress! The fitted sheet doesn't fit! You touch that, you're like, well, fuck, I gotta get out of here. So I do miss that. I have another joke about, I work retail in Aspen. I'm not gonna tell you. I used to work upstairs at the dispensary, and now I work downstairs at the Cashmere Alley. So I work in retail, and we had a very busy holiday season. And I will say that I got to deal with my first shoplifter. Ooh. Nobody really trains you for that, right? And we live in like a day and age where you can't just be like, thief! You have to like be nice. You like can't touch them. You can't like say they've stolen something. You have to like pussyfoot around. So it's kind of like towards the end of the night, and then the buzzers at the door go off because somebody has something on them. And she's like standing there. And I'm from the Midwest. In the Midwest, we would have called her. She was a larger gal. I'm sure Tate, you know this too. We would have said she was big boned. Yeah. As a child, I was like big boned, and my mom's like, she's just big boned. I don't know if nobody uses that expression anymore. She is not fat. She's just big boned. She has bigger bones than you. Okay, lesson learned. So she is standing right by the exit, and I happen to be the lucky one who has to go approach her. I'm not a manager, and I just was like, oh, fuck. So, I'm like all nice, and I'm like, hey, so you're beeping, and then she does this. Like, she had a coat on. She's like, I didn't steal anything. With her hands in her pockets. Which, by the way, if you've stolen something and you say that, you have stolen something. Thank you for letting me know, and everybody else. I didn't steal anything. Okay. And then she takes her hands out of her pockets. Clearly, there's nothing in there. Great. So I'm like, could you just like unzip that? And I happen to be like one step below her because she's up and leaving. And so she's starting to unzip, and then like at the same time, it also happened to be January 6th. Just coincidence. Pure coincidence. But my point is, it was fucking cold, okay? It was cold. I know it's been dry, but it was cold. So she starts to unzip, and I've got like 8 coworkers behind me doing nothing but watching me flail. And she unzips, and the display, like, it's a needle scratching the record. It's like you can hear a pin drop. She unzips, and she's wearing nothing, large gal, but a silk camisole tank top. And in front of me is like, I am inundated with titties. And then they're just like right here, and then like a stomach goes like this. It literally like sighs, and I turn around, quick look, and like every guy I work with, like this woman could clock me, and they're like, nope. Thanks, you assholes. And then she goes like this, and I am so distracted by the mess of breasts and everything. I'm like trying to be polite, but I'm like, yeah, well, I don't see anything there. Like lift, no, I can't do that. So I just like get all weird, and then I get like all strangely polite, and I'm like, well, sometimes Lululemon leaves like a tag inside the clothing, and it'll make noise when you go. She was not wearing fucking Lululemon, you guys. She was wearing like a nightgown cut off and was like, I'm here to steal shit. And so I just looked at her and I was like, no worries, have a great night. And she zipped her coat up and she turned around and walked out with the cashmere beanie that she stole. Just on her head. Distraction with all them titties. Yeah, it was like there were 3 of them. I was like, I can't concentrate. Okay, so should I leave them with that, or should I do like maybe one more joke? Okay, so I'll do one more about being old, because that's been a theme. He knows. Or I could, yeah. So anyway, at this retail job that I work, one of my managers is like 12. And we were standing around talking one day about, shoe choice, things like that. And I was like, you guys, I got orthotics made in high school. They are still doing the job. I still wear them, and I got so excited, I just like whipped them out of my shoe. I'm like, look at this orthotic. And back in the olden days when they made my orthotics, they were plastic, and they etched your name into it, and then they etched the doctor's name, and then they etched the day they were made. And my manager looks at it, and then she hands it back to me, and she says, these are older than me. And I was like, well, fuck you very much. You guys, my name's Beth Brandon. That's my time. Thank you so much. I'm introducing the last guy. Hey, it's me. Back to me. Okay, so next guy coming on stage. He's so funny. He joined us how many years ago, Garrett? 4? 3. Only 3? Jeez, it feels like you've been here a lifetime. We love Garrett. He joins us from Las Vegas by way of Arkansas. He is a versed stand-up comedian. He's so funny. Please put your hands together for Mr. Garrett Hall.
Let's hear it for Beth one more time, everybody. We've got 2 microphones on stage. No one else will be joining me, just so you know. Yeah, this isn't a dual act. I'm not Beth and Miller, okay? I don't get to do a dual act. I wish I did, man. I'd love to have somebody come up here and whenever I'm like, man, that wasn't funny, someone else say something funny for me to save it, That'd be awesome, dude. I am going to work on some new material. Is that all right with you guys? Yeah. Okay, I'd love to work on some new stuff, kind of try it out for you guys. If you see me looking at my phone, it's because I'm trying to remember the brand new jokes that I just wrote. Sorry about that, but is what it is. So let's start it off. As Beth said, I am a pretty well-versed stand-up comedian. I've traveled all over the country. I've been doing stand-up since 2017. I started in Las Vegas, and I've been traveling all over the country to do it. And I love doing stand-up here in this valley because the audiences are so cool. All you guys are very cool and love to talk after the show and love to just hang out. And I feel like I can kind of say whatever I want, and no one really judges me here. No one judges me based on the way I look, the way I talk. Because I know I look like an undercover ICE agent, but like, I know I look like the guy at the protest. It's like, hey, what if we all threw bricks at the cops, huh? They're like, hey, you're not part of this. You've all seen those videos, right? What if we burned a flag right now? And everybody's like, what are you talking about? that guy somehow always ends up on the news. Yeah, I know I look like that, but that's not me, man. That's not me. I'm very, I'm pretty progressive and tolerant and everything like that. But I am from the South, and I do talk this way, and it kind of does stuff to you. People will make assumptions about you and stuff. Like I remember one time I did a show in South Texas, and after the show, this was in June in South Texas. It's hot, it's humid, but it's in June, and I'm watching the NBA Finals after the show at this bar, and this guy comes up to me after the show, and he goes, "Hey, you were the comedian tonight, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Let me tell you a couple jokes." I was like, "Awesome, love that," 3 of the most racist jokes you've ever heard. And then he finally goes, "You watching the NBA?" He goes, "Hey, you want to know what I think NBA stands for?" And I was like, "Nope, sure don't." So let's say my grandpa used to tell that joke. Don't like it. Anyways, again, do love living out here. Are you just now getting it? Oh, you're new. New to what? Oh, okay. New to life, new to grandpas, new to the NBA. What's going on? And that's what I like about living out here. You have to explain, like, hey, a lot of people are racist, to this guy. A lot of people, use casual racism when it comes to stuff. No, it's cool though, man. But like I said, living out here is cool. The only thing I don't like about it is, rich people who act like it's their first day on Earth whenever you move out here. Like, how many of you have ever been in Aspen or something and you saw a rich person trying to use public transportation? It's frightening, dude. It's terrifying. Or seeing a rich person in downtown Aspen try and be a pedestrian for a second. It's like, hey, the little red hand, that means you can't just walk out in the street. I know you've never walked anywhere before. I know you have a private driver normally, and like Houston, Texas, or Miami, Florida, wherever the fuck you're from, is not very walkable. But here, you have to wait for the little white walking guy. That's when you go. That's when you can step out in the street. Like I remember one time I was on a bus. I was on the Hunter Creek bus in Aspen, and this guy, very wealthy looking guy, gets on the bus and he goes, "Hey, it says Hunter Creek on here. Is that where this bus takes you?" And the bus driver, like, you could tell, he was like holding back. He was just fucking white knuckling it. He was like, "Yes, it is where this bus takes you, actually." I couldn't imagine. That guy, they have way more patience than I do. I've been trying to get in better shape recently. Been working out a lot more, put on a little more muscle and everything. And let me tell you something, guys. There is one group of people, you start working out, you start lifting, start getting in better shape. There is a group of people that becomes a real big fan of that. They love seeing that. And it's not women, fellas. It is your other straight male friends. You wouldn't believe how many times since I started working out, another one of my straight guy friends has come up behind me, grab me by my shoulders, and be like, "Oh, you're getting big, son. Look at you." Stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. You got to tell them, like, "Hey, man, I'm not doing this for you, right?" Like, they're so excited, though. Like, you're not my target audience, man. Not my target audience. I saw a stat recently that said millennials and Gen Z cheat on their partners way less than previous generations. And I think that's pretty believable, right? I think that's pretty believable because, like, during the baby boomer generation, people used to just like work in a factory and then have like a second family and have a whole separate apartment. Like, imagine living in this valley and trying to have 2 girlfriends and trying to go on 2 dates in a week. Like, what are you, a fucking multimillionaire? Like, there's no way you could do it. Like, I think that's the main reason. Not because we're all super faithful or anything. I think it's because we're all just financially strained. Speaking of older people, they love, like, especially the boomer generation loves to say that our generation, like millennials and Gen Z, is soft, and I can agree with that to an extent. But also, you want to talk about having, like, they're like, "Oh, you guys just freak out and melt down about anything." It's like, all right, man. When's the last time? What happened last time you were at a restaurant and you're like, I'll take a Coke," and they're like, "Is Pepsi okay?" You ever been with someone old when that happens? And they're like, I don't know, you tell me, is Monopoly money gonna be okay to pay you with? It's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, yeah. I don't know. I've been reading about like the Japan right before World War II, how their country was set up and how everyone was like super loyal to the emperor and everything like that, and they were just willing to do whatever it took to win World War II. Like, they were willing to die for the emperor. That's how kamikaze pilots came about, right? If you don't know, kamikaze pilots were guys who would just fly planes straight into stuff, like suicide bombers of the day. So could you imagine, I like to imagine like being one of the first Navy guys at Pearl Harbor, seeing like the first 2 Japanese planes flying to the boats, like first 2 kamikaze pilots, and be like, whoa, did you see that plane? Was that a Japanese plane? Oh, okay. Damn, there's another one. Damn, they really can't drive. That sucks. Like, they really are bad at driving. It's not just the road. Thanks, man. Guy in the back says, keep. Okay. I don't know about you guys. I'm a car guy. Anyone else into cars and stuff? Hell yeah. You ever get on Facebook Marketplace and start feeling more ambitious than you ever have in your entire life? You'd be like, I could totally flip this thing around, dude. Yeah, 1984 Nissan 300Z, dude. Yeah, I could totally do this. And then you're like, wait, I don't have any space to do. I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Where am I going to do this? It makes me dream big, though. That's what I want to keep. That's why I keep on getting on Marketplace. It makes me dream big. Got to talk about what's happening in the news, man. Got to talk about what's happening in the news. I'm sure you guys have all seen it. I'm sure everyone has an opinion, you know. And it sucks to have to get into, like, really heavy shit during a comedy show because it's supposed to be a fun thing. But, like, you know, do you guys think the OKC Thunder should trade 3 first-round picks for Trey Murphy? Because I'm not really sure that he's 3 first-round picks worthy. Like, I just got to be real. And I know it's a big, hot topic of debate. I know everyone has their views on it, but just not sure about it. But anyways, on lesser news, ICE has been doing some raids. You guys seen that? Less important shit. You know, I read a thing that said ICE is going to start doing, like, no-knock warrant searches, and they don't even have to have a warrant sometimes. Like, that's crazy to me. And they should be really aware of where they're doing that in this country, because I grew up in Arkansas, man. There's parts of Arkansas, if the cops bust into somebody's house without a warrant, there's going to be a lot more Memorial Highways around. That's all I'm saying. A lot more of those. No, I was talking about the NBA trades, but I do love sports. I'm a big sports guy. Anyone else? Anyone else big sports fan? Yeah. Okay, a few of you. People who don't like sports also have their own thing with sport that it can be considered sports, right? Like, you know, gay people have Broadway. That's gay. That's sports for gay people. What do you got? You probably got skiing and like outdoorsy stuff. That's sports for smelly people. Like, yeah, there's lots of stuff. Celebrity gossip, sports for women. You know, you got politics, sports for ugly people. Like, no one who's attractive gets into politics. That's for sure. That's just it just is what it is. I turned 32 last year, and you know, I'm not old by any means at all, but I'm at the age where I have to start reminding myself. I talk myself out of stuff by saying my age. Like, I saw this like discounted Tool poster. Anybody else like the band Tool? Hell yeah, yeah. I saw a poster signed by all the band members, and it was like $500 and stuff. And I was like, dude, this would look sick in my like office area. And then I was like, bro, you're 32. What are you doing? Like, you don't need a giant Tool poster. I work here in town, here in Carbondale, and I have a lot of younger coworkers. And you know, it'll be like Tuesday night, and they're like, "Hey, you want to go to the Nugget and grab a couple beers?" And I'm like, "Dude, that sounds pretty good." And I'm like, "Dude, you're 32. What are you doing?" Why are you having beers on a Thursday, on a Tuesday night? You know? And I don't know. I like I said, I'm not old by any means, but it is like an age where you have to say that, and like once you say that, once you remind yourself how old you are, you're like, man, I can't be acting like that. This is the last new joke, and then I'll get on to some good stuff. How about that? Again, getting a little older, not old by any means, but I do feel less immortal than I did in my 20s, for sure. For sure, I do have I'm starting to realize that, hey, I am going to die one day, you know? I do have to take care of myself. And I've started thinking about a funeral for some reason. Like, I started thinking about my funeral, and I think funerals are too sad. I'd love for my funeral to be like a really fun occasion, or even like kind of scary, you know? Like, you come in, right, and it's in like like a church or a memorial place. You come in, and they're doing the service. In the middle of the service, I pop up out of the casket because I'm tied to strings from the ceiling like a marionette, you know? And then they make me do the Thriller dance or something while I'm dead with my body. That would be a good funeral, right? Like, they show all the memorial pictures of me, and then there's just pictures of, you know, me as Bart Simpson or something. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. Like, I would hate for anyone to try and memorialize me and be sad about it. Like, have a fucking box of Cutwaters at my funeral, for real, dude. Have a full box. What are you drinking over there? Cutwater Mai Tais? They're gone. There's no more. Oh, buddy. You had 4 Cutwaters tonight? They're gone. He's like, I don't know what happened. I opened one and now they're gone. That's awesome. That is how Cutwaters treat you, though, man. That is how Cutwaters treat you. I've had to slow down on the drinking. Like I was telling Ralph before the show, like, man, I drink now and it just fucking hurts. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I just turned 30 and like it all went downhill for me. My drinking abilities. Me drinking now is like watching Michael Jordan on the Wizards, man. You're like, I know it's not much now, but dude, like 6 years ago, this used to be fucking awesome. He was the best, okay? I've pretty much hung up my jersey, you know. I'm about to retire. I'm in the twilight of my drinking career, that's for sure. I switched over to smoking weed, dude, and yeah. But I was in the military for like 10 years, and I got out in 2023, and I'd been in for 10 years, and I was 29 at the time. And so I hadn't smoked weed since I was 19. And the weed I'd smoked back then was like that Arkansas ditch weed. You know what I mean? It wasn't good. So I moved out here, and I was like, you know what? I'm out of the military. I'm gonna try weed again. And I go to the dispensary. Went to this one that was on the corner before it got like mysteriously shut down. I don't know. Does anybody know what happened there? Did they get raided by the DEA or something? Yeah. Oh, they didn't pay their taxes? Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah. No, well, anyways, that was the first dispensary I went to after I got out of the military. And I don't know what I'm doing, right? So I walk in and I'm like, hello, I'd like 1 marijuana, please. You know? No clue what's going on anymore. And they're like, okay. I'm like, does it come with a Coke can or anything? Or do I need to, you know? Do I get my own milk carton? Do y'all supply milk cartons here for me to smoke out of? No, but I started talking to the guy at the front, and he was like, well, what are you into? You into indica, sativa? And I'm like, listen, hacky sack. Like, I don't know. I don't know what any of these words mean. So he's like, explaining it. He realized he had like a big job on his hands. So him and the rest of the fucking Dave Matthews Band, he calls out from the back. Him and all of Widespread Panic comes out from the back and is like, and they're explaining to me like fucking terpenes and shit, and I'm like, dude, I just wanna like smoke something that's gonna make movies funnier. How about that? And so they set me up, with a little vape pen and a couple gummies, and I go home and I sit on the couch and I'm watching TV, and I take like 3 hits of this pen, thinking like, well, I'm not, it's pretty nice. I'm not feeling nothing yet. Let me take a couple of these gummies. I take 2 of the gummies. Again, it should come with a warning label, right? It should come with a user guide, right? It should come with like a, hey, this is your first time doing weed as an adult. You know, here's a little tutorial. Like, and so it didn't. So I took those 2 gummies, and 45 minutes later, I'm Googling how to blink. Yeah, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, God, my eyes hurt. And I was like, oh yeah, I have to close them every once in a while, or else I'm gonna lose all the moisture in there. And so finally, I like work it all together, and I'm like, I do that every once in a while. And then I start Googling like how to breathe regularly and stuff. Yeah, dude, it was a tough time, like starting out. Tough time starting out. I remember like, dude, I smoked weed, and then this was like the second day I smoked weed. And then I went to City Market over here because I was like, I need some snacks. I'm getting very hungry for some reason. I need some snacks. And I go up to City Market, and you know how they have like the automatic doors? Dude, terrifying if you're too stoned. I'm just walking up to the automatic doors like, fuck! Like that. It was a trip. But that's because, like I said, I hadn't smoked for like 10 years. I was in the military, and I was out now, able to do things I haven't been able to do for a long time. Like, I can grow facial hair if I want to. No one's checking to see if I shaved every day. It's pretty nice. Able to smoke legal weed, like I said. Able to commit crimes and blame it on PTSD. There we go. There we go. Listen, y'all are lucky that 4th of July we don't do fireworks here. That's all I'm going to say, okay? That's all I'm going to say. 4th of July for a veteran, that's your get out of jail free card, okay? That is your purge day. For 24 hours, all crime is legal because you shot off too many firecrackers near me. And now I get to have a little freak out. No, it's cool, man. It's cool. And, I got out because I just wanted to do something different with my life. And, I was diagnosed with PTSD. And, I had years, and like my physical body's never going to be the same either. So I have all these different issues physically and mentally. But, hey, at least I got to go to college. I get to go to college for free at some point, At least I get to go to college for free. You guys can all sign up if you want and have your life irreparably changed. But there were some positives to it too, man. There were some positives to it. I met a lot of cool people, and I used to always like marvel when people would say like, "Oh, you guys are best and brightest over there," and it's like, well, I don't know about that. I remember one time we were talking about, I was in my squadron, and we were talking about a fundraiser we could do for our Christmas party, and somebody was like, what if I brought my dog in and we shaved it? And we're being like, what if, man? Who's that helping? Yeah, so not the best and brightest, but yeah. And I was deployed a few times, and my last deployment was to Afghanistan. I was in Kabul at the airport for that withdrawal out of Afghanistan, and it was a weird time. And we were getting over there, and they're in-briefing us, telling us about some things we might have to expect while we were over there. And one of the things the guy was telling us about was suicide bombers. And he was like, "Yeah, you got to look out for suicide bombers. These guys will strap a bomb to their chest, rush the gate, and blow themselves up." And I was like, "Holy shit, man." He goes, "Yeah, they do that because in their extremist sect of Islam, they believe they're going to get 72 virgins in heaven." And I was like, "Damn, wait, did you say 72 virgins?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dude, there's no way I'm blowing myself up for 72 straight toothy blowjobs, like for eternity, 72 straight. Like 72 times in a row that you got to be like, hey, stop yanking on it like that. That does not feel good for me, okay? Like when you grab at the base and yank, I don't like that, okay? Doesn't feel good for me. Like, could we alter the deal a little bit? Could we do like 70 versions and 2 just real nasty ones? I mean, like, even it out a little bit. Make it worth it, And I mean real nasty ones too, like a Waffle House waitress with a tongue ring or something like. Yeah. There you go. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah. But it's not your fault, ladies. You don't know what's going on at first. Like, guys, we don't know what we're doing at first either. Like, fellas in here, how many of y'all lost your virginity before the age of 21? Yeah? Just Ralph back there? He's the only one? Ralph's, yeah, you guys get no pussy. That's awesome. Good for you, Ralph. Good for you. But no, it's okay, man. Like, you gotta call the girls you sleep with early on in your life and apologize, probably. Probably tell them, like, hey, man, I had no clue what I was doing. It's like, you guys remember the first time you go down on a woman? No clue what's happening down there. It's like the first time a white person eats a tamale, you know? You're like, you got it there, and you're like, am I supposed to put this whole thing in my mouth, or what do we... Can I have someone show me how this works? Guys, my name's McGarrett Hall. Thank y'all so much. Give it up for Miller and Beth.
Guys, give it up for Garrett. Hell yeah.
Tate Jordan.
Give it up for Beth.
Woo,
Guys, we
Miller
gotta
Ford. We like
take
to
a
do
picture with you guys, man.
one
So we can
big
remember the moment.
happy selfie. Thanks so much for coming out, guys. We're going to have another show in March. Another show
Let's
in
see
March
it.
here. Next week, we'll be at Aspen at the W. On February 7th, we will be at Marble Distilling down the street at 8 o'clock. So
Yeah.
see you there.
What up?
Have a great night. Thank you, Ralph.